Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears stream. I am your host slash caster, Skeptor, and I'm happy to be here, man. We have an awesome matchup lined up, a best of three between the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears, and today they're taking on the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what their mascot is, but maybe it's a minor, right? That's always a fair guess if they're the School of Mines and Technology. But hey, I'm excited to get into this, man. It's been a little bit since I've been able to cast some League, especially at the collegiate level. It's been a few years, honestly, since I've competed myself in the collegiate level. So I'm just excited to see what these two squads have. I've done a little bit of OPGG researching, kind of looked at some of the compositions that we could potentially be seeing today. And I'm honestly pretty excited and looking forward to what these two teams bring out, especially in game number one. So we're sitting here now, getting ready to launch Champion Select. Team players just getting a couple things figured out as of right now. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. This is either game 2 or 3 of Concordia's collegiate season here for the 2022 year. So, I don't believe they got the W in their first matchup. So definitely looking to bounce back here against the School of Mines and Technology. But rank-wise, we have a pretty even matchup across the board, I'd say. So we're looking at a really solid series, I'd say. Concordia St. Paul will be on the blue side for game number one. And, I mean, we all know what that means. Blue side means you have that power pick selection. You have first pick overall. So I'm interested to see what Concordia prioritizes as, their number one pickup. What does this team value, that the South Dakota school, you're looking for a takeaway pick. You're looking for something along the lines to kind of, hinder their chances on pick 2 and 3. So interested to see what they decide to opt for. But yeah, right now, just getting things sorted out, getting ready to get into the action here momentarily. But, I did, like I said, I did some research. I wrote down kind of picks that I'm looking across the table at. There's not many overlapping champions I've noticed between both schools' pools. So not really sure if we're going to be seeing many takeaways that will kind of hurt the other team's chances. It seems like a lot of comfort picks are what most of these players opt towards. I did see a little bit of there's this new kind of, I guess it's the 2022 funnel is how we'll put it. And it's when top laner brings Smite and locks in Janna and essentially plays as a supporter to the jungler. Now, I think funneling is a gimmicky play style and not a legitimate way to win, right? But that's just me, right? Everybody's going to have different take. At the end of the day, if you end up with that victory on the end of your screen, then technically you're the winner. But I really want to see Concordia ban away that Janna. I personally would not waste any time because, that is a play style that you have to have time on Summoner's Rift and playing against it to really kind of get an idea and a sense of what that play style and composition offers, right? It completely changes up the game because now with the new bounty system, when you get behind on gold, and essentially what that Janna does is she just limits herself in resources. So automatically a gold discrepancy starts to lean towards that team's side, and they just start to claim objective bounties on essentially everything they're looking for. So hopefully that Janna gets banned. That's really what I want to see. As Champion Select gets started up now, Concordia will have first ban. Interesting to see what they take out first. I have bans Kindred. Yep, that's the one that I wrote down first as well. I like it. The Tom Kench follow-up targeting CGK in the top lane. The Nasus ban. That's great as well. Diego targeting towards Golden God in the jungle. his most played champion this season. So both teams doing the research necessary at the start, and CSP leaves the Janna up. They're gambling, I'll tell you that much. It is best of 3, right? So, if they end up playing into that Janna and it doesn't go their way, you always have game 2 to make adaptations, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised they left the Janna open. We'll see how it goes. Final ban here for the side of South Dakota, and it's the Yorick targeted to CGK again. Both of his prime picks in the top lane taken out right now, and Concordia locks in the Kayn for Golden God. I can't say I'm too surprised with that pick. It's by far his most played alongside the Viego, so going for comfort with their jungler, and it's good to see. Now, to see how South Dakota will respond with their picks. You can go a lot of different directions. I usually, with red side, you look for a power pick in the bot lane, but they're going to match jungle right away. Rek'Sai pickup. Rek'Sai into Kayn is an interesting one. I haven't seen this matchup play out too many times, but Kayn does thrive in those melee matchups. Farming his demon form and turning into Rost really helps out his team fight and his team playability, because otherwise Kayn's just really an assassin and he doesn't offer much for his team, if I'm being completely honest. So hoping to see that Rost form come out here for Concordia as we're looking at picks 4 and 5 now. Golden God and Papa Plank, what do you got for me? Jungle's already picked up, so now we're looking at Yuumi lock in for support. I'm going to follow it up with an AD carry, I assume. Round out the bot lane and jungle and save your solo picks. I like it. Ezreal Yuumi, a very self-sufficient bot lane for the side of Concordia. I mean, really no excuse to be dying in that lane. You have very, very, a great safety net with that Ezreal Yuumi. You have your dash away to get out of harm's way at all times on Ezreal, and Yuumi just does such a good job at nullifying any killing attempts that that other bot lane has. So Morgana being the pickup. Now we hit second phase of bans. And now you have to target solo lanes on both sides, right? Because mid and top are the 2 lanes on both sides that we have not seen anything from. And they continue to target CGK in the top lane, taking out more of his tank pool. I'm interested to see what he will fall back on now, because I know that's a great Orianna ban targeted towards Ultra Bug. They banned the Fiora, so not what I was expecting. If you're going to ban another mid laner, I'd say it's Syndra here. If you're really trying to take out Ultra Bug's pool, you already took out the Orianna, which is his most played. So props to Concordia there. The Syndra follow-up. That's expected. Good ban there. I like Concordia's ban so far. The Aatrox, a very strong bruiser in the top lane, offers a decent amount of tanky frontlining while also having that damage backup. But it's Lissandra instead. Okay. Now that's a flex pick, right? That could be going to the mid lane or the top lane. So I like that pick out of South Dakota. It hides one of their solos and it gives them a little bit of advantage, right? They get a counter pick now in one of their lanes. Concordia now going to have to lock in top and mid lane. For CGK, you still have that Ornn available if that's something that they're looking for. I know that he has it in the pool. Sion, another great option. Really good tank in the meta right now, and that's what the pick is. Now for the mid lane to round out the composition, you need more wave clear on this team, if I'm being honest, for Concordia. So, got to be a control mage. I mean, pretty blanket statement for the mid lane. Plenty of options, though. Victor is exactly what I was thinking, and that's what we are going to see here. Very strong pick in the meta. Offers a good amount of CC with that. I can't even remember the W's name. Doesn't matter. Ornn, though, going to be the final hover. Man, that's a scary team fight on the side of South Dakota. Woohoo! So, an interesting lineup across the board. We have tanks in the top lane, bruisers in the jungle, control mages in mid lane, Victor versus Lissandra. Now, I have to say that if we can take it lane by lane, honestly, because we're gonna have to wait these 3 minutes out for the spectator delay. But top lane, you know, these tank matchups can go either way. Ornn has some abilities that make it so he cannot be crowd controlled or CC'd from this Scion. So, it potentially is tough for Scion, but Scion also has good range in his kit and can duel very well. So that top lane matchup can really go either way. And I think Sway from the jungle will be a big factor in who ends up on top of the top lane. In jungle, though, has to be a straight up advantage over to SDM Mini because just out of sheer early game power that Rek'Sai brings to the table, has that CC right off of level 3, has very strong ganking potential and really nasty early game damage. Whereas Kane, you're looking to kind of scale up and get into the mid game of things, really start to build up those items and start to gain those base stats before you're looking to take those fights. So I have to give edge to jungle towards South Dakota on this one. But mid lane, Victor versus Lissandra, Victor has the range advantage in the Lissandra matchup. He can poke her out with the laser. He has good safety in his Q. That shield really, because Lissandra's damage, if we're being honest, is not that high. So Victor should have a decent time sustaining in lane and building up that CS and scaling into the late game. Now for bot lane is like, the side of Concordia is not looking to get in these fights in the bot lane. They picked that bot lane to stay self-sufficient, to stay safe, and really just to farm up and scale. So, if we're looking, man, this is going to be a good match, man. Both these compositions have strong 5v5 fighting, have strong scaling options in both compositions. The Aphelios scales very well as the Ezreal, though, with the Yumi. I mean, this one could go either way. I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to see if we have any kind of, level 1 shenanigans that take place, or if we're just going to see that 5-point default. But again, we're here with the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears on our left side, that being the blue side for game 1. We have CGK on Scion, Golden God on the Kane, Papa Plank on the Victor, Dom Grady on the Ezreal, and Abigail playing the Yumi. Now over to the opposition side, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. We have Cube Regen on the Ornn and top lane, SDM Mini on Rek'Sai in the jungle, Lissandra being picked up by Ultra Bug in the mid lane, Aphelios for Edgo at 80 carry, and Morgana for SDM Ranch at support. Bot lane is going to be pushed in for the side of Concordia, so I'm going to be interested to see if Golden God decides to path down towards this bot lane. Aphelios and Morgana should have the push advantage into this Ezreal Yumi. But we are only 25 seconds away now before getting into this match, folks. So hold on, sit tight, and enjoy this League of Legends gameplay, man. This is my first match casting for League of Legends Concordia, and I'm really excited, man. I'm excited to see what this team has to bring to the table. Golden Gods on Kane. That's one of my favorite picks for the jungle. So hopefully he brings some pride to that champion as we get loaded in here. Thank you again for everyone for coming out and being here. My name is Skeptor, and this is the CSP Golden Bear stream. As we start loading in to this one. Ooh, interesting runes. So Golden God went for the Dark Harvest, so he might actually be playing for Assassin form Kane. Normally if you're going that Ross route, you take the Conqueror option and the runes, but going Dark Harvest kind of insinuates that you're looking to be the aggressor. You're looking to go that aggro damage route. And we'll have to see, right? It all comes down to kind of what form you get early. You know, if Kane's getting kills, there's no problem with going the assassin route. It's just you have to play, I mean, almost to perfection. You know, you don't scale as well as you do on the Rost form. As we load on to Summoner's Rift here, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology on the red side. Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears repping the blue side. As we get onto the Rift. Ezreal, Yuumi, bot lane. Yeah, these two have been a classic in terms of a duo. Little dancing back and forth. The normal 5-point. Nothing too out of the ordinary for these two squads so far. CGK trying to get some vision. Walking a little bit aggro. Gets the ward down. Ultra Bug spots those out. Gets the area's warded pings down. Looks like both junglers will be starting on the bottom half of the map. So, both will be pathing up towards that top lane. And if we get ourselves a 2 versus 2, gotta favor the side of South Dakota just for that early game damage that Ornn and Rek'Sai provide. But bot lane's a little bit late to get down here. Concordia gonna have some free time on that wave early. Good damage from the Ezreal. You can see here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Some pings towards the bot half of the map. Kane going for the full clear on his bot side. Normal start for that. Gets him the early level 3 and keeps him clearing all those camps. Ooh, good chip damage onto that Morgana below half HP now. The Concordia bot lane doing an excellent job here in the opening stages. Not supposed to have the push in this matchup, but doing an exceptional job so far. Keeping that Morgana very low. CGK pushing up this top lane. Rek'Sai now pathing forward. And some pings spotted, so Rek'Sai might have been seen at the last second on that ward. And Rek'Sai is skipping his red buff. He's coming up straight top lane for a gank here. Bot lane falling very low, but now CGK's in trouble. Rek'Sai burrows underneath, knocks him up. And that's going to be first blood going the way of South Dakota. CGK pushed up a little bit far, not expecting that push. Now bot lane getting back and going aggro. So much damage going on to Aphelios, not respecting the minions, and he goes down. Flash out of Morgana as well. The CSP bot lane fires back with some excellent damage. I mean, that Aphelios just did not respect how much damage he was taking from those minions. Crazy stuff, and a good capitalization from the Concordia bot lane. Abigail and Dom Grady doing an excellent job there. And you can't blame CGK for going down to that gank. Rek'Sai did skip Raptors, I mean, the entire top side. So ganked a little bit quicker than expecting. You know, maybe something you're going to have to watch out for in game number 2. Mini capitalizing and scoring that first blood of this matchup, but getting traded back on the bot half of things. In the mid lane, we're at a stalemate right now. Pretty dead even in terms of farm. Now Rek'Sai coming into mid lane. Stunned up. Nice flash engage. Papa Plank tries to flash away to safety. Not going to be enough damage, and he will survive. The follow flash, though! Wow, gets one traded kill back. Now Kane going to collect some farm in the mid lane. That was a beautiful Prey Seeker from that Rek'Sai mini. Now, second kill of the match. Lissandra had to flash, you know, thought they were going to get that kill, but Rek'Sai finished it and ended up just giving a kill back the way of Papa Plank. So, not the worst of things at the end of the day. Rek'Sai, both kills right now for the side of South Dakota. So, going to have to point your finger and look towards that Rek'Sai to keep this lead going. Well, the lead is in favor of Concordia right now. As Kane comes to the mid lane, Lissandra going to claw her way to safety. Now Rek'Sai looking for another gank bot lane. Mini is trying to put this pressure on right now. As Golden God getting collapsed on, doesn't know he's sitting on a ward. Ultra Bug gonna start out this fight. Good dash away. Stunned up. Pop a plank, getting some damage down. As the Concordia bot lane follows suit. Might have some action in the river. South Dakota gonna have to fall back. Cannot path back through river safely. Lots of action in the beginning here. Kane has that farm lead, but Rek'Sai opted for those early ganks and has, you know, really kept the South Dakota team in it as of things right now. CGK has a CS lead in the top lane, doing good for himself up there. Flashes down all over the bottom half of the map for Team South Dakota, though. I mean, legit. No flash from mid to jungle to the bot lane. So lots of playmaking potential for the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears. As Ezreal continues to farm up here in the bot lane. Rek'Sai getting the first recall off and going this lethality route. We're probably looking at Prowler's Claw being the mythic item that Rek'Sai will be, you know, working his way towards. I mean, really strong on the Rek'Sai. The only mythic you see Rek'Sai build because it offers that gap closing distance and getting on top of, you know, your enemies is really what Rek'Sai struggles with. So that Prowler's Claw really takes that champion to the next level. We'll have to keep our eyes out on Mini right now. Golden God doing a good job staying in this thing CS-wise, though. CGK's pushing up in this top lane as Mini starts to path back down towards the bot side of things. An Infernal Dragon, the first dragon on the cards for this one. Infernal Dragon offers a lot, so definitely going to be interested to see which one of these teams tries to get that stranglehold on that dragon control early here. As Top Crab will be spawning in momentarily, it seems like Mini should pick that up no problem. Instead, opting for a top lane gank. CGK in trouble. Wonder what he's going to realize. Rek'Sai coming in now. The Ornhorn is used. Good ultimate by CGK to time that well. So he doesn't get knocked up by the Ram. And Golden God spots Rek'Sai top. So it's time to invade that bot side. Good look for the Concordia jungler here. Has that level 6 already. I mean, just pure power farming on this one. And going to be able to take away this blue buff now. Ooh, might be looking for a bottom lane dive as Yumi's teamed up with the jungler here. But no minions under tower, not going to be able to get anything done here. Rek'Sai trying to find what he can to take stuff away in this topside jungle, but Golden God has done a good job of not leaving much there for Rek'Sai to find. As Concordia starts up this Infernal Dragon, and this should be a free take the way of CSP. Dragon number 1 in the bag. Look at that damage onto the Aphelios. Instantly it forces out the flash. Insane damage coming out from Dom Grady and Abigail in this bot lane right now. Edgo has to play very, very safe. I mean, that was ridiculous burst. Dom Grady still looking to go aggressive. Binding not going to land. Mid lane CS-wise, I mean, almost dead even across the board. Only a 300 gold lead the way of the CSP Golden Bears as Mini back towards this bot lane. Looking to go aggressive. Oh my goodness. I mean, just... Ooh, the Ezreal ulti comes through. Not going to land. Heal is burned out of the Aphelios as Mini heads back to base. Yeah, good start so far. CGK going into this topside jungle, looking to get some vision down. Rek'Sai showing up now, knows something's up. CGK's gonna get out of there. Ooh, not quite yet. Still debating on sticking around, but not gonna be able to get anything more out of that red buff there. Saunders trying to push in this mid lane as Papa Plank's getting back now. Now I'm interested to see, you know, where Kane is at in his transformation process. Let's see. I can click in. I can't see. That's unlucky. Rek'Sai starting up this Rift Herald. And Golden God spots him. Now going to get some free damage on to Cube Regen. The Ornhorn comes in. Sion with a huge knockup. Yuumi is here as well. And CSP will pick up a freebie in the top side as they now try to claim this Rift Herald. And it's going to go their way. So a great collapse from the Golden Bears. You know, Cube Regen kind of got left out to dry. Mini takes the tunnel out the back end of the pit. And really, you know, Orange is sitting duck at that point. Good engage from the Golden Bears as they get the Rift Herald as well. And going to use it mid lane right away. Try to get some plate gold. Teleport being channeled the way of South Dakota. Ornn not going to have that now for a decent amount of time. Victor getting half a kill's worth of gold there. That's not going to, you know, no complaints there. Victor will take some free gold as Kane coming back into the bot side. Morgana has to flash away. Binding will land. The Ezreal True Shot Barrage takes her low, but will not be able to take out the Morgana. I mean, so far, this South Dakota School of Mines and Technology bot lane has been surviving by a thread. Oh, as I say that, Ezreal has to flash away. The tunnel in. Rek'Sai gets exhausted, though. So much damage coming in. Dom Grady will go down. Nice knockup from the Rek'Sai. Good damage out from Aphelios. Picks up the second. And now we'll have another kill onto Abigail. It's only time that she doesn't have Edgo with the double kill in the bot lane. Man, what a turn of events. You know, it's been going so one-sided here in the bot lane so far, but now a CS lead starting to build for Edgo and those 2 kills on top of that. This is going to be quite a stronger Aphelios when he decides to get back to base. So, going to start to get that recall now. Morgana getting some vision in this Concordia bot side jungle as Dragon 40 seconds away from respawning. CSP have the 1 Dragon advantage as of now. Lissandra going in though. Nice Morgana binding on top of that. Ulti's being channeled. Victor trying to channel back the damage. Kane ulti's in, but in a 1v3 gonna go down. Sion flashes forward. Big damage coming out. Lissandra doesn't drop though. The Yuumi ulti on top. Will root the Rek'Sai. Sion ulti to follow. And a good turnaround for the Golden Bears. Excuse me. All tied up now. 6 kills apiece, and the gold lead is dead even between these 2 squads. Next dragon on the table will be the Ocean Dragon. I gotta give credit to CGK. You know, really been a big factor in these roams and setting up these plays for the side of Concordia. Had some great Sion ultimates so far, so we'll be interested to see how it continues. Oh, Yuumi getting shut down, caught out warding. And that is a tough shutdown to give over to that Aphelios now. 300 gold bounty himself. That mythic item is completed. So this Aphelios is not to be trifled with, man. Really starting to pick things up in the mid game here and starting to be a scary sight for these Golden Bears. As Rek'Sai on the Ocean Dragon is on a ward, but they don't even care. They're going to be doing this. Ornn showing up to the party as well. Golden God looking for a steal in the pit by himself, and he will get it. What a smite coming out of Golden God, as Mini now going aggressive. Prowler's clawing onto Papa Plank. Good damage coming out, though. The Rek'Sai ultimate will follow. Ezreal follows up to pick up the Rek'Sai, but Aphelios flashes over aggressively. And now South Dakota is laying on the hurt as CGK teleports his way into the fight. But this is not a fight that you want to take, CGK. Only a matter of time and he will go down. Now on a rampage. Man, this Aphelio has turned it up in the mid game here. 4 kills to his name now. And the gold lead starting to shift back over the way of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. I mean, man, we are having quite the back and forth here in these fights, you know. Concordia the right idea, trying to back their teammates up, but they didn't have the numbers there. You know, you had CGK working for that top lane turret, whereas Ornn had already walked down for Dragon. So, you know, I mean, got some kills back, but in the end of things, 10-7 the way of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology right now. Abigail's starting to walk around with Golden God, but, you know, for all that early farm lead, he has a 1-level lead as of now, but I mean, Mini has been putting in some work when it comes to those engages, you know, setting his teammates up for success. That was a great follow-up by Ultrabug in that last fight, and it really swayed the way of that team fight. A second Rift Herald will be spawning in momentarily. Now Ezreal in mid, trying to clear things out here. Both top laners and junglers opted for the exact same mythic items. You know, I'll be honest, I am surprised that Golden God was committed to going the way of the Assassin Kayn here. Because it's going to be so hard for him to find these entrances into the fight here towards this mid game, as a big fight's breaking out in the mid lane, and this is going to be the Golden Bears bot lane going down here. A double kill the way of Mini, keeping that pressure up, man. And now South Dakota having this early push on this mid tower, and Rek'Sai pathing over towards Rift Herald now. CGK has to be careful. He can't wander too much more forward here, otherwise he will get collapsed on. Doesn't have any teammates around him as he's trying to stop Rek'Sai. Good damage, but Rek'Sai not too bothered, knows his teammates are close by. Will continue to go on to Rift Herald now. Sion getting out of dodge there. Kayn finally completing the assassin form now, so if that big damage is going to start kicking in, now is the time. Has that bonus mobility now as well, moving around a little quicker. Clearing out some vision. TGK pathing forward, maybe looking for Ranch here. Golden God going forward. Good slow, big damage coming out, and that's Morgana going down. Good follow-up from the Sion. Oh, flashed on by Mini. Not going to have the damage to do it. Golden God shuts him down. What a play from the Golden Bears. Now trying to dive this Ornn. CGK tanking the tower, and surely this is going to be a freebie going the way of CSP. As they tie this thing back up, we are dead even on the gold. And look at that, man. Golden God gets that shadow form and instantly starts stepping it up. I mean, that's just goes to show how weak and useless Kayn is before he gets that transformation. I mean, you know, like, it is crazy. It's night and day, you know, with Kayn. But glad to see Golden God starting to do that damage. I mean, the CS numbers have looked great, you know. Hopefully that Gromp's going to die. Goes back to finish it off. Good there. Third dragon spawning in, and the Golden Bears have a 2-0 dragon advantage as of right now. Sion, burning teleport bottom. South Dakota already posted up in the bot side of things. Looking to get early control on this Hex Tech Dragon. Pop-up flank and CGK waiting in the wings. As teleport being channeled right now from Cube Regen. In these dragon fights, these are what you look for. Now, the things that CSP needs to be careful of are this Aphelios as the engage starts out. Could not find a path onto Aphelios. Big damage coming out onto Victor. He will drop. Now, Ezreal in the back line looking to take out Mini. Good follow-up damage. CGK has to fall back now. As Aphelios moving forward. Kayn has a flank though. Can he get in from the backside? Big damage potential here. As South Dakota are split on two fronts. The damage, Concordia playing the fight slow and to perfection. Shutdowns coming in, the flash in for CGK. It's only Aphelios left. And it should be a dragon going the way of CSP. a well-fought battle from both sides, but Concordia ending up putting that South Dakota squad, you know, literally between a rock and a hard place. I mean, Kane, Yumi on the backside of the flank. CGK flashes in for the second engage, and they clean him up. That is Dragon number 3, and now Soul Point to the side of Concordia. One more Dragon, and things are going to start getting tricky for this South Dakota School of Mines and Technology squad. Baron Nasher has spawned in. We are at that 20-minute mark, folks. So, really going to see which one of these teams can start to push out and really start to get a grip on this game, right? Concordia has a little bit of a gold advantage again, just over or about a 1.5K. Mini, you know, that is something that I will comment on. The Death Stance second item is quite surprising for me to see that. You build towards the assassin route, which is what Prowler's Claw offers you, and then you kind of stunt your build by opting for that tankier bruiser item. I mean, it doesn't complement that mythic item that you were going for. So interested to see how that plays out for him. Rift Herald will secure that bottom turret for South Dakota. And now just under 1,000 gold lead the way of Concordia St. Paul. A well-played match, though, from both sides. You know, Mini still the kill leader for this South Dakota squad. Half of his team's kills on his back. This Aphelios now on to his third item. Has that Bloodthirster, has the Immortal Shield Bow completed. And really going to start laying on some damage in these team fights here. This Papa Plank pushing up in the top side. Both these squads going to be looking to transition their vision towards the top side now. As Dragon won't be up for a while. The Kane Yumi combo straight onto Aphelios. The shutdown is in. Rek'Sai calling in the ultimate, but Ezreal should be able to pick him up. Papa Plank gets it instead. 2 kills go the way of Concordia for only 1 kill to the side of South Dakota. And Concordia, I mean, you know, keeps looking for these engaged plays. This Kane Yumi combo is quite nasty. That Yumi ultimate jumping on top of them, and they're getting rooted, right? There's nothing they can do about it. CGK trying to push into this bot side. I mean, taking absolutely no damage down here. What a tank. Papa Plank continuing to work things out in the top side of things. Let's check out some CS numbers. Got a 30 farm advantage the way of top lane. CGK doing an excellent job there. About a 50 CS lead in the jungle for Golden God, doing an exceptional job for himself. 15 farm lead the way of mid lane. Papa Plank with the advantage. The only farm advantage coming out for the side of South Dakota is the 80 carry, and my goodness, CGK on a killing spree just drops Ultra Bug under the tower. No big deal. We'll see ya in 30 seconds. A great play for CGK. And now he's got a 350 gold bounty shutdown for himself. You know, since that first mistake of getting caught out on that first gank, it's been great play from CGK. As Morgana's going to go down for free. And this CSP squad is really starting to lay on the hurt. A 4K gold lead now as Rek'Sai running for the hills, but Golden God and Papa Plank are on the hunt. And if Mini goes down here, this might be Baron going the way of Concordia. I mean, Dragon's up in 40, but you have the ability to start it now. You know, no jungle on the side, and that is exactly what the Golden Bears are going to do. Baron taking fat damage right now. And no pings coming out from the side of South Dakota. They have no idea. Lysandra starting to path into the jungle, thinking about checking, but this Baron is not long for this world. Those pings are coming out too late, and it's Baron Nasher secured by Concordia St. Paul. And Soul Point coming up in about 20-ish seconds, and now Concordia gonna have a very seismic advantage going into this dragon fight for Soul. Man, Such a well-played game so far. Back and forth on both sides. There's been positives to take away from each. CGK teleporting straight into that bot lane to keep that pressure going with that Baron. And now has a flank if he wants it. And South Dakota are stuck. They have to start this dragon up right away. CGK's coming in on the flank now. And this is not a good look from South Dakota already, I'll tell you that. The dragon goes the way of Golden God of Steel again. In the engage, it's all Concordia. Bodies dropping like sacks of potatoes on the side of South Dakota. It's an ace. I mean, only losing one for the side of CSP, man. And you can just tell exactly the way that fight's going to go. I mean, beautiful TP by CGK. He has that flank lined up. And I mean, it is a absolute massacre. Look at this graveyard of bodies in front of that dragon pit. Concordia showing up and showing out right now in game number 1 of this series. Excellent play. Excellent team fight. I mean, when you have a flank like that set up before the fight's even starting, I mean, I knew that fight was over. Such a nice Scion ultimate on top of things as 2 inhibitor turrets will fall in Concordia. That gold lead is up to about 10k now. I mean, that is nuts. Mini trying to take out this Scion, but that is a beefy boy. You don't do much damage, man. 3 teammates to take out CGK, and he'll finally drop. The rest of the Golden Bears went back to base. CGK biting off a little bit more than he can chew there, but 2 open inhibitors now for the side of Concordia. And now it's all about playing smart, right? Slowly pushing up, taking control of these waves, and then eventually moving in and taking out these inhibitors, right? That's what you're looking for the side of the Golden Bears. I mean, team fights have not gone the way of South Dakota since probably the early opening minutes. You know, it's been, I mean, Mini's found some success here and there, but all those kills are starting to turn into deaths now. Ultra Bug getting found very low as Golden God looking to go aggressive. Finds some chip damage. Ultra Bug going to have to go back to base here. As Golden God and Abigail have been such a scary combo on this Kayn Yuumi. And now the Golden Bears pushing forward and looking to take out this middle inhibitor. First inhibitor goes down. That's one step closer for the Golden Bears to close out game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. Playing it smart. They have the gold lead. They have the damage needed. And now it's on South Dakota to have this back-against-the-wall team fight. And if you're going to go, now's the time. CGK does not have that ultimate available. Organa has to flash out. The Ornn ultimate goes wide left like a Blair Walsh field goal, folks. That thing is out of here. I mean, pop a plank. Wow, Mini goes down again. Golden God taking care of business on Summoner's Rift. Second inhibitor will fall, and surely this should be game number 1 going down here as the Golden Bears look to take out the base. Kayn going in with the ultimate one more time. Big damage onto Ultra Bug. Will take him out. And Cube regen run into the base. Here comes CGK for good measure. And that should do it. Final Nexus turret will fall. And now it's just the Nexus remaining. The Golden Bears getting the job done here in game number 1. And now it's got to be back to the drawing board for the side of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. An exceptional start to this one, though. Golden Bears, man, playing it the way they had to, you know. Got behind early, but played the team fights right. They got the trade kills in. I mean, it was beautiful roams coming out from the Yuumi and the Scion, right? Every time those 2 champions showed up, those team fights got swayed super hardcore one side. And I mean, you know, props to Concordia. They showed up and they played a great opening match. You know, we're going to head to a short break, but when we come back, we will have game number 2 between Concordia St. Paul in South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. Thank you all for being here, and we'll be back shortly.
than a broken sandwich.
And we are back in game number 2. Champion Select is underway. Starting things out, a little bit of switching of sides. South Dakota School of Mines and Technology will be heading over to the blue side, whereas Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears taking the red side. We have Tom Kench being banned out again from Team South Dakota, followed up by the Yumi ban. So not liking Abigail's Yumi, and I see why. I mean, it was a big factor in swaying those team fights towards the mid game, and I like that adaptation. Followed up by the Kane ban as well, you know. So good look from South Dakota, taking out 2 of the biggest factors that really started to, you know, add to that Concordia St. Paul gold lead. Now the Zinzao, Kindred, and Gnosis bands stick into the same 3. And I like it, right? No problems in the first match. Just keep the ball rolling. Now for the first pick from South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. Interested to see what they opt for. A lot of power picks on the table here. And it's a Riven? My goodness, I did not see that coming. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It wasn't a real pick. They ran out of time. Oh, top laner DC, they say. Okay. Well, you know, I really didn't think the Riven was a real pick, so I'm glad to see that it wasn't, because that would have been the spiciest pick I've seen in collegiate in a minute. All right, we'll get back into things, and we won't see Riven get locked in the top lane, is my guess here. Should be same bans across the board, though.
Is never broken.
More of a dog person, huh?
I want to know what Golden God's going to opt for now, because they took out his... Well, I guess they took away his Viego last game, and they didn't do it this game. They left it open. So Golden God might just get that Viego pick. We'll see. Viego definitely has fallen down a little bit in terms of how strong he is. Okay. They take the Viego away. Never mind, I guess. They don't get to pick it. That's a good pick for the side of South Dakota. You take out Golden God's 2 options and his 2 top-tier jungle picks in one swoop right there. So, Mini most likely going to be piloting that Viego. The Lee Sin gets locked in for Golden God, and the Yorick as well. That is CGK's go-to pick in the top lane. Reminder, they banded out the first go-around of things. So, getting to see CGK on that Yorick now. Should be some exciting stuff there. Paired up with that Lee Sin, man. Lee Sin's one of my all-time favorites in the jungle. I mean, there's endless options that champion can provide, you know, except for big damage in the late game. I mean, he falls off after about 20 minutes. So you really have to have a strong impact in your early game and really have to snowball, right, the pace of the game. You need high tempo on Lee Sin, and that's what those early game junglers excel at. So interested to see how Golden God pilots that. The Vayne pick for Mini, and Ultra Bug locks in the Janna, and man, that is one of the scariest bot lanes meta-wise in the game right now. Both those champions are exceptionally strong. And, you know, wait a second. That Janna pick might not even be going support, because I talked about it game 1. This squad has practiced the new funnel strategy, which is Janna top lane with Smite, and I am praying that that is not the case, but I really have a bad feeling that it's going to be. So, you know, we might see some really weird, cheesy style of League of Legends here, folks. So strap in, because if that Janna ends up in the top lane, I might start screaming. Oh boy.
Come on.
Second stage of bans coming through now. Jinx, the first takeaway. The Orianna Cinder bans. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love it. Keep those bans going towards Ultrabug, because, I mean, scoping out Ultrabug's match history, all it was Orianna and Syndra. So You know, you'd be a fool not to come into this matchup and take out some of those champions. The Caitlyn follow-up ban, Dom Grady now. What are we opting for? I mean, pick the Ezreal, played a decent game last game. Not the best in the Vayne. You know, I'd like a little bit more dueling potential into the Vayne, maybe a Lucian, but who knows? Okay, maybe not a lock-in again. And second dodge of this champion select. Wow. Yeah, this one is scuffed, boys. That's one way to say it. League of Legends custom game lobbies have never been fan friendly. I'd say they tend to run into problem after problem, and this is the worst sign about it. Is normally when you have one problem with the League of Legends custom lobby, it tends it to roll into a whole big. It's like the giant snowball that starts rolling down the hill. It turns into a giant problem, and normally you just have to restart the custom lobby. So hopefully that's not the case here, and we're out of the thick of it with these custom lobby problems. But we're gonna have to run it back on the champion select for the third time. Third time's always the charm, though, folks. Surely we won't have problems on this next one. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You know, I think that Viego takeaway was kind of big brain from the side of South Dakota. I need to see Mini be able to pilot the champion, though. It's one thing to take away a pick like that, right, and to try to limit the opposing team. But Viego's just not the same beast he was when he first came into the jungle. I mean, he was top tier, pick or ban. And now he's definitely fallen down in terms of going into a Lee Sin matchup. I got to favor Golden Gods Lee Sin going into this. I mean, I haven't seen Golden Gods Lee Sin, so I should, preemptively give that heads up. No offense to Golden God. It's just Lee Sin is definitely one of the most mechanically challenging junglers in the game. So we all know what we're going to see here. This is going to be rinse and repeat. So, be ready to see the same champions popping up. If anybody switches it up, we're calling them out. We're going to have to run back champion select again. But everybody should know that you just have to repeat the same kind of pick ban as of what was going.
The weak fear the shadows.
Fear controls them.
You overstep.
The Viego pick. All right, good. I was going to say, please don't tell me Golden Gods DC. Interested to see, man, that Janna still could end up in the top lane. I like the Nautilus pick with Vayne, though. Really allows you to have that hardcore lockdown that you need to drop that Vayne dead in her tracks.
The worst that could happen.
So be ready for that depth charge to be called in on that Vayne in these team fights. Final ban coming in. Dom Grady now. What's the pick? What's the pick? You keep your mid lane hidden here and you just go for the 80 carry, right? Because the other 80 carry is already shown in the Vayne. So what do you got for us, Dom Grady? The Jhin. I like Jhin. I got no problem with the Jhin pick. Brings some solid damage. Brings a decent amount of CC to the mix with the Nautilus. I will say the Leona pick is a hard counter into the Nautilus matchup, and that confirms that Janna's going top and they're playing against the funnel comp this game. Oh boy, this is the route that I didn't want to end up at, but we got here anyway. That Janna was going to come out one way or another. That team's been practicing it. And, you know, you only practice something like that if you intend on picking it come match day. So here we are. Interested to see how that one plays out. Nico might be the final lock-in. Nico into Anivia. That's, and it's Victor. Sticking with the Victor. Papa Plank played exceptionally well in the last round and sticking to it. And there it is, Cube Regen, Janna top. Here it comes, Smite Flash, funnel composition, man. Oh boy, you know, this is going to be interesting. I personally have not seen this rendition of a funnel composition play out, but I've played against plenty of funnel comps in the past, so I know it's no fun. If I'm being honest, man, it is absolutely no fun. Funneling is a disgusting way of playing the game, and it should have been removed years ago. But for some reason, Riot Games loves to bring back old things that used to haunt League of Legends players, and they just slap it back in the game and say, hey, this is new. We haven't seen this before. All right. So, CGK is going to have a heyday in the top lane. Going to have free push all day long. But yeah, I mean, I'd say bot lane matchup. You know, the thing about Nautilus is he's good at getting that engage and that lockdown, but when he goes in against the Leona, it's so hard for Nautilus to get back out and get to safety. He just gets punished. He gets stunned up. He gets locked down, and Vayne has that true damage inner kit with the silver bolts, and I mean, it's not going to be fun for that Nautilus. Definitely going to have to pick and choose wisely when this Concordia St. Paul team opts to go for their engages. Mid lane, scaling AP mage, you know, nothing new there. But jungle, right? Jungle's really where this match is going to be highlighted, because Mini has that Janna that will be helping him out at his every need. And Golden God's just going to have to go fully Chad mode on this Lee Sin, honestly. Going to have to get an early advantage and then keep the pedal to the metal, right? Play off the tempo and play. I mean, Yorick's going to be pushing top lane all day long, right? That's what that champion does. I mean, he offers that split push threat, has the maiden with him. And I mean, who knows if Janna's AFKing, running around and helping out this jungler. I mean, CGK is going to be able to punish that top lane very well. So interested to see how this rendition of funneling plays out. As South Dakota School of Mines and Technology down 0-1 in this best of 3, and they are banking their chips on the funnel, man. This is going to be interesting. Just wait till we see those summoners. I know they're coming. Smite and Flash. That's what it's going to be. Smite Flash. I mean, I suppose late game, you know, you end up having 2 smites. That kind of helps your chances with the neutrals. But Golden God was dominating Mini on those smite fights for those dragons. 2 dragon steals going the way of Golden God in that last matchup. Yes, Kayn has some insane mobility and the ability to go through walls, but at the end of the day, got to be quicker on that smite trigger. Golden God was getting the job done. You know, Mini was the aggressor and got off to the first blood in the early ganks. So you're looking vice versa this time, with Golden God being on the Lee Sin, being on the early game champion. So interested to see how he pilots that Lee Sin. I'm expecting big things. Yep, there it is. Smite Flash Janna. Who would have thought? When the double cleanse. Dom Grady on the cleanse, and Papa Plank also rocking the cleanse. As we get into it here. South Dakota School of Mines and Technology on the blue side, your CSP Golden Bears on the red side as we get into it here. And automatically looking at another 5-point for both these squads. And across the board, we're looking pretty similar to last game. This Jana top pick, man. This is something else.
Minions have spawned.
This is something else. Mini trying to get this Raptor camp warded off. Hasn't dropped it yet. Doesn't even get the ward down. Just playing with them. Not dropping it. And Viego starting topside. Oh, so does Janet just smite the camp for him? She must. As junglers pathing towards opposite directions in this one.
Inspire me.
Just casual farming at the get-go of things here. Good fourth shot from Dom Grady, chipping out that Leona early. And that's always a good thing, chipping out Leona, trying to sway her from going for those engages. Lee Sin clearing all 3 bot camps before pathing towards the top side. When Leona going for the engage when they hit level 2. Good counter hook, exhaust burned onto the Vayne, and heal being burned from Vayne as well. So trade of summoner spells. You know, getting one out of the 80 carries, no problem. A little early on exhaust, but hey, that's how the trading game goes. Diego now pathing towards bottom lane really early here. Only going for a 3 camp clear. And now looking for this bot side jungle, but there's nothing here. This is just going to be a waste of time for Viego if he sticks around too long. Getting a ward down and now pathing bottom again. Leona going for a bait play. Ranch falling very low. Flashes out. No HP. Abigail flashing forward. Picks up the first blood though. And will go down as a trade, but first blood picked up the way of CSP Golden Bears. And yeah, I mean, Ranch goes in early trying to bait a little bit too hard there. Now Lee Sin pathing towards this top Scuttle Crab. Gonna be trading crabs. Ultra Bug landing some good chip onto Papa Plank. CGK taking a lot of damage. Flash out from the Janna, and CGK just got solo killed by the Janna top with Smite. I mean, I could not have seen that one coming. No flash. Does she get away? Beautiful landing of the Sonic Wave from Lee Sin as Golden God picks that one up, and a nice roam from Abigail to the mid lane to pick up her 2nd kill of the game. And Abigail continuing to shine on these roams. Did an exceptional job of the roaming plays last game, and again continuing to do it here. Good pickup by the Lee Sin though. Way to show up and back his top laner up. CGK just ended up taking a little bit too much damage from the minions there again and goes down early. I mean, I bet you nobody had money on the Janna solo killing the Yorick. I most definitely did not. So, props to Cube Regen for finding a solo kill on that matchup. Abigail has that red buff now, definitely looking dangerous in the bot lane. But Vayne off to a strong start in the CS department. Victor as well. Papa Plank doing a good job. Lee Sin's down in the bot lane. No flash on the Leona. Good engage onto the Leona. Nice condemn from the Vayne to push Lee Sin away and saves the support's life on that play. A beautifully timed condemn, pushing Lee Sin off that sonic wave. I'm at Dragon being taken by Golden God, so if that's where you're at, then we should be lined up. But if not, then I don't know what the problem is. 5 minutes and 50 seconds on the game clock. Yeah, I'm as far on the VOD as I can go, so not sure why we are running into that problem, but we'll try to figure out a solution. York's got the maiden with him now. Surely it won't be going down solo anymore. Uh-oh. Dom Grady might be in trouble on the bot side. They spotted Nautilus out towards top. Now Viego's pathing in as well. Be a very tough dive to make happen. Anivia pathing down as well. And the entire CSP or head side taking away this top half jungle. But now Viego's coming in as well. This will be a dive play coming on to Dom Grady. He has cleanse available. Gets condemned into the wall and will go down. A solid dive coming out the way of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. Nothing Dom Grady can do there. Janna starting to get pushed out. This is where, you know, they're starting to punish this this funneling comp, but you know, you're losing your 80 carry in the bot side, and now Vayne is starting to get a little bit of an advantage down here. So can't let this Jhin get put too far behind, as another dive might be getting set up down here. Abigail in trouble. Big damage coming out. Will survive though. Close sequence of events. CSP spot these players out in their bot side jungle, and now starting to path down. Ranch is in trouble. Sonic Wave will land, and that's a free pick up there. Lee Sin has the ultimate available. Viego tries to ulti away to safety. Lee Sin flashing out, gets condemned in the wall. A beautiful Dragon's Rage kick to keep himself alive. Now Abigail's in trouble. Dom Grady trying to get some damage down. Ooh, nice pick up there from Papa Plank. Will go down to the Janna. Viego, nice ulti forward. Golden God will pick him off though, as Yorick getting plates and free gold alone in the top side this entire time. And now this is where you gotta wonder, is this funneling worth it for the side of South Dakota? I mean, that's a first turret going over the way of Concordia St. Paul for free. Right about now. Yeah, well played all around. Golden God showing up big on the Lee Sin so far, playing that fight to perfection. A good condemn from the Vayne, but that Dragon's Rage kept him alive and it was played to perfection. Now Viego heading into this top side of the map, looking to start up this Rift Herald, but gets spotted out on a ward. No mana on Ultra Bug. CSP starting to run up and look for a contest, but none of their teammates are here to follow up, so surely should just give this one over. As Mini's got quite the arsenal with him to back him up. A solid 3K gold lead the way of Concordia right now, as Dragon number 2 spawning in momentarily. Both these squads going to start posturing for position. Victor up in the top lane, though, does not have TP to come down here and support his team. So if Concordia opts into a fight here, they will be going into a 4v5. Victor now pathing down. Vayne's up farming Gromp as well, so I suppose it'd be a 4v4 for the time being. But both champs should be pathing down for this dragon right about now.
I shall perform your rites.
Yeah, CGK completes his mythic off that. Just so much gold going his way from those plates. As Dragon now spawning in. Both teams trying to clear out this vision. Rift Herald spawned in the mid lane. Diego walking forward. Leona looking to go in on a Jhin. Vayne following up as well. Ranch flashes in. He's by himself though. There's nobody else here, Ranch. You can't do that. That's illegal. That's a freebie going the way of CSP. Now a fight breaks out in bottom river. CGK doing the damage. Big kick onto the Anivia. Will go down right away. Janna to follow up. It's just Vayne and Viego left. Gets rooted. The Sonic Wave follow-up is there from Golden God. And this should be an ace going the way of the Golden Bears. It's a quadra kill for Golden God. My goodness. This dude is popping off right now. 7-0-2 on the Lee Sin, making it happen. And just blasting this funneling Janna. I mean, get out of town. The Golden Bears making it happen. Dragon number 2 should be going their way. And this is going to start to get out of hand. You know, you went for this funneling idea, and your jungler's not even ahead. I mean, Golden God has been whooping in the jungle matchup here. Up 20 CS. Papa planks up about 30 CS in the mid lane. I mean, this mid-jungle combo right now, gold advantage-wise, is for real. Nice engage going on to Papa Plank. Leona gets stunned up. Lee Sin is still here. This is not a fight you guys can take. Lee Sin flashing forward will take out the Leona and Ultra Bug running for the hills. It's a double kill Lee Sin's way. Diego flashes into the mix, but it's a 1v2. Nothing to follow up. Will stun Lee Sin, but Lee Sin gonna walk out with his life. Now 9-0-2, worth a full G, man. This is a very scary Lee Sin right now. Yeah, great plays so far from the Golden Bears, though. I mean, all across the board, great team fight. Leona, you know, Ranch, you gotta wonder what the play was there. They were both trying to track down the Jhin, and Vayne falls back, and Leona flashes in, right? That's just pure miscommunication coming out from the side of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, and the Golden Bears take full advantage and pick up their second dragon of the matchup. Right now, well in control, almost at a 6,000 gold lead for themselves, and it's been exceptional play so far from CSP. Diego pathing towards this top side, still trying to fight their way back into this, looking for an opening, but right now the Golden Bears not giving anything back. Starting to pressure this mid tower now. Yeah, the Golden Bears just got to keep playing their game right now, and they should keep finding success. Diego going forward. Lee Sin, board hop kick. Doesn't get the angle on it he was looking for. The dredge, or the depth charge, knocks up both. Janna taking massive damage. Tries to flash to safety. Cannot do it. Abigail gets the flash out to safety. Hooks back in one more time. Diego will not make it out. Leona goes back in. Does not have the damage needed. It's another triple kill going the way of Golden God. Now 12-0-2. This Lee Sin is on an absolute tear. Vayne doing what she can. Gets rooted up though. Big damage coming out. Has to burn that flash to get back to safety. And now that T2 going down in the top lane. Oh, this is not what you want. That is not what you want from Golden God. You're worth 1,000 gold, and you give it over to the biggest threat on the other team. I mean, gotta have a little bit more self-control there. Because if any champion can scale into this and bring this game back, it is that champion that you just gave 1,000 gold to. So, still exceptional play throughout the game, but that's one where you gotta have a little bit more control there. Because Vayne's gonna go back and get a completed item probably off of that. CGK's in trouble now too. Has flash if he needs it. Will decide to burn it, keeping himself alive. Now Abigail posturing towards this bot side. Papa, Plank, and Abigail positioning themselves to dive Ultra Bug under this turret. Has egg available. Good ultimate, buying himself time. Ultra Bug trying to get out of there, but walks back, and that's just not the play. This should be a freebie going the way of CSP. Papa, Plank, and Abigail gonna laser that Icebird down. Rift Herald spawned in the mid lane. Will not get the tower. CSP still up about 7,000 gold themselves, playing a great game. Third dragon will be up in about 40 seconds. But yeah, no, Golden God's done exactly what he needed to do this game. He got his team that early advantage. Now getting engaged on the Viego ulti's in. Golden God laying on the damage. The condemn away from the Sonic Wave yet again. Edgo has been so clutch on that condemn, but gets stunned up. The damage follow-up is there, and the Golden Bears will take that team fight and take Dragon number 3.
Turret has been destroyed.
The Golden Bears have just been the better team. You know, there's no other way of putting it. They've been quicker on the rotates. They've been quicker to back their teammates up. And there's been less miscommunications between the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears as well, as CGK looking to take his third turret of the game in mid-tier 2. And now it's really going to start to get troublesome for the side of South Dakota. CGK going to go down as a sacrificial lamb yet again. Hill goes the way of Janna. Yeah, and it's props to the Golden Bears. Playing a great game of League of Legends and a great series so far. Nivea going forward, gets hooked, does not have the egg, and that is a dead bird. Diego getting exhaust, trying to get out, will flash away. Lee Sin lands that Sonic Wave onto the Leona, and the engage continues as Vayne into the backline though. This is trouble. You gotta lock down that Vayne. Cannot let this Vayne free fire. Nice flash forward. The Sonic Wave will land, and Golden God silences the Vayne. Make it a triple kill and another ace going the way of the Golden Bears. I mean, 16, 1, and 4 on this Lee Sin. An absolute menace Golden God has been. 5, 1, and 12 for Papa Plank. And meanwhile, CGK might not be doing it on the scoreboard, but guess what? These turrets are shaking and quaking in fear of that Yorick. I mean, he's been taking out towers left and right. Anivia goes down again. This bird cannot find safety for the life of him. And now the flash forward for Abigail does not land the dredge line. Middle inhibitor to fall. And this might be game coming up shortly for CSP. If they play it right. Viego goes down. Vayne free firing. Victor ulti on top of it. Big damage comes out. Golden God gets the job done. And surely this will be the Nexus dropping. I mean, CSP Golden Bears making it way cleaner than the last one and wasting no time in closing out here. As the second Nexus turret is surely going to fall. Now only the Nexus remains. Another one claimed for Golden God. That's 20 kills picked up in this matchup. What a performance from Golden God on the Lee Sin. 20-2, man. That is absurd. Absurd. Whew. I mean, man, my hat is off to Golden God. What a performance, man. The matchup I was highlighting, the matchup I needed to see pop off from, and boy, did he deliver. Besides one hiccup of a shutdown to the Vayne, I mean, it didn't even end up mattering. The gold lead was the size of the Grand Canyon. This team was all cylinders moving forward. And that Golden Bears team, man, they tore it up on that second map, dude. That was an exceptionally well-played series, a clean 2-0 going the way of the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears, man. And I had some fun casting, dude. This was a great start to my CSP tenure with the League of Legends squad, and I'm excited to see what these guys bring moving forward. Literally great play all around though from this squad, and that's all I have. So for everybody that came out to watch the stream, we appreciate it. Thank you for being here, and until next time, I'm Skeptor, and this has been the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears League of Legends stream. Thanks for coming out.